Chapter 2. Where the Earth Bled Blue. The silence that followed the severed cry was more disturbing than the previous clamor. Where young recruit Gaius had stood, now there was only an irregular hole in the ground, a dark tear in the clay and fractured rock. It wasn't a simple collapse. The edges seemed almost fused, as if an immense, localized heat had pierced the earth. A acrid scent hung in the air, a blend of scorched soil and something metallic, ozonic. Marcus Flavius reached the rim, his gladius held firmly in hand. Varro was at his side, muttering low curses in his native Syrian tongue. Other legionaries were gathering behind, their faces a mixture of morbid fear and curiosity. "Rope," Marcus ordered, his voice cutting through the tension. "And torches. Varro, secure the perimeter. No one approaches without my command." As a pair of men ran off to fetch the gear, Marcus knelt and examined the hole's edge. The exposed rock was not merely shattered. In places, it had a glassy texture, as if liquefied and re-solidified instantly. Strange. Very strange. The rope arrived. Thick, reliable legionary hemp. Marcus fastened it to a sturdy rock outcrop, testing its strength with his full weight. He adjusted his helmet and looked at Varro. "If I'm not back before an hourglass empties, seal this. Inform the legate." Varro nodded, his expression grim. "May Jupiter watch over you, Centurion." Marcus grasped the rope and began his descent. The initial darkness was total, the metallic smells stronger. The air felt oddly charged, like the calm before an electric storm. He lowered himself several meters into the blackness. The only sound, the scrape of his caligae against the uneven shaft walls and his own measured breathing. Then a light began to filter upward from below. It was neither the warm glow of a torch nor pale moonlight. It was a deep, vibrant blue that did not seem to emanate from a single source, but to suffuse the very air itself. A blue that felt cold. And with the light came a sound, or rather, a vibration, a subsonic hum, felt not so much in the ears as in the chest and the jawbones. He landed with a dull thud upon an unexpectedly smooth floor. The rope dangled overhead. He stood, drawing his gladius, his eyes taking a moment to adjust to the ambient luminescence. He was in a chamber. It was not a natural cave. The walls were too regular, curving upward to form an imperfect dome. The surface was not bare rock, but smooth, almost polished, with an opalescent sheen under the blue light. It looked vitrified, or some alien ceramic, and at the center, the source of both light and hum. It was a structure that defied easy description. Roughly the height of a man, crystalline in appearance, yet unlike quartz or glass. It seemed organic. Intricate facets caught and refracted the inner blue glow, forming slowly shifting, hypnotic patterns. Within the crystal, veins of what appeared to be liquid metal ran like blood beneath translucent skin, silvery and bright, flowing and pulsing with deliberate slowness, sometimes pooling into gleaming nodules, sometimes dispersing into fine filaments. The entire edifice seemed to breathe with the blue light, and the hum it emitted subtly shifted in tone, resonating deep within Marcus's skull. A heart? A brain? An engine? Thoughts crowded in, none adequate. This was no human work. It did not even seem the product of anything that might have evolved under Earth's sun. The soldiers who had followed him, drawn by light and morbid curiosity, now stood at the well's entrance, peering down with expressions of awe and terror. Whispers began. Black magic! A druidic curse! The boy has awakened something ancient. Just then, Dionysius of Alexandria arrived, the legion's Greek engineer. A slight, wiry man with bright, restless eyes, usually preoccupied by siege angles and material stresses. He slipped down the rope with surprising agility for his build, his gaze immediately fixed on the central structure, almost ignoring Marcus and the others. Incredible, he murmured, approaching with a mixture of reverent fear and scientific fascination. The geometry, it's not terrestrial. The angles, they seem to violate Euclidean principles. His fingers traced symbols carved into the chamber walls, which Marcus had scarcely noticed. Complex geometric patterns, precise lines and curves interwoven into astonishing designs, some faintly glowing in response to the pulsing blue light. This is neither Roman, nor Celtic, nor Germanic, Dionysius continued, his voice trembling slightly. He withdrew his hand, as if it had burned him. This is not construction, Marcus. It feels grown, or assembled, by methods I cannot conceive. This is no work of men, nor of any gods we know. He turned back to the central crystal, his eyes lost in the currents of liquid metal within. What are you? He whispered to the pulsing glass machine. Marcus remained on guard, blade steady in hand, but his mind struggled to process what he saw. The hum seemed to penetrate his thoughts, the blue light revealing impossible detail. He felt none of Olympus's deities down here. He felt something else, something vast, ancient, and utterly alien. And he had the unsettling sensation that in some incomprehensible way, this thing was watching them.